Travis Bagent here to welcome you to the best damn arm wrestling sports show ever. I will be your host, and with me, two slapdicks, one of them named Reza from Arizona, and the king make the moves, Scotty Too Hottie Win.
Look at that shit, bro. I'm almost in your weight class, Sonny.
You look like you have high blood pressure right now. You okay?
I've been running around. Hey, I have been running around with my head cut off, dude.
Are you okay? Are you going to be able to make this long voyage to the East Coast?
I'm gonna make it. I didn't cancel my shit. I'm still on board.
Okay. What kind of advice did I give you?
Stay home.
Cancel it if you have any problem.
I said, how are you gonna win, Reza? How is he gonna win if I ain't roughing?
I told Chance you were going to stay with me, get me 2 beds. He's like, 1 bed. I was like, we've done it. We've done it before. No problem.
That's just a rumor.
So what are we talking about here? Who we got? Is there any basis of the show?
Yeah,
is there any
basis.
kind of fluidity?
Yeah,
we're gonna start off. What are we doing?
We're gonna start off with straight up. What are you doing to train for your East versus West 13 match coming up against Sergey?
I am every single day of the week designating my left or my right arm. So just every other day. Right hand today, left hand tomorrow, right, left, right, left. And I showed the guys earlier, I have the arm wrestling machine right here chilling in the living room, and it is facing the TV. So every morning about 8:30, 9 o'clock it starts. And from 8 till about lunchtime for the 3-hour period, I am watching Bears YouTube channels, finding out about practice and the OTAs and what's happening in Chicago when it comes to football. And then I am hitting that side pressure machine, trying to just put in a bunch of time. For me, I am pretty lazy dude. So if I can just do a lot of things and log as much time as possible, and I feel like if I can get that 2 to 3 hours in throughout the whole 10 hours that will have daylight, then it's kind of working out pretty well.
Seems like you're mostly doing resistance stuff.
Yeah, the machine it's a pretty cool machine because it has a lot of flexibility in and out. So I can press the thing without, like a lot of times I've seen machines and there's a handle there and there's not a lot of movement after that, but mine has an extension and then there's about 6 inches for me to play with. So, and then I've got the fat gripper on there. And I don't know. I feel like that when I first start with the machine, it's a chest exercise and I get behind it and I push it up to where I want. And then I turn into where it is to try to resist. And then the stronger I get, I can just manhandle this thing out here, which honestly, like when you think about side pressure, it kind of hurts if you max out in that straight up side pressure arm wrestling position. But I find that with this machine here, I can do so many reps and get so loose and ready that I can get in the what should be painful position. And that's when I know that I'm starting to get like pretty nasty. And then how hard that I grip that fat gripper, like, at 8 in the morning, 9 in the morning, man, I'm gripping this thing with a false grip because my hand is, arthritic and old. You know how that feels, Scott. But as time goes on and I start thinking about, the stage and the opportunity and the fact that I most likely have to be overwhelming and there needs to be a perception that I am fucking crazy strong. And I'm telling you, I have arm wrestled many times against guys that were stronger than me. But man, I just convinced them that I was a bad dude, man, before they said go.
Now,
And
Travis, where do you
yeah,
feel more comfortable with the machine? Stacking with the hand in front of the shoulder or holding outside, where you're relying more on the bicep?
yeah, well, there's no doubt, right? If I jam into it and sit down, that's the position that I can log the most time on the machine. Once I start hovering the elbow, right, and moving to win, you really find out about arm wrestling with this machine. And it's just for everyone. Like trying to win and not being successful is really putting you in the worst place to stop the other guy from beating you after that. And then you have that place where you are setting in that defense just curled in there, and you see why there is a technique when guys are just like, yo, just stop the match and dig in there and just keep digging. So I understand how it's easier for me to do it not the way I arm wrestle. So, not that I don't spend any time there, I spend more time trying in a bad way to open it up and try to get stronger sideways, even though it does, it is harder, but it's just, I know it's the way that I'm going to attack. So, I definitely want to make sure that I'm not developing a bunch of bad habits.
Yeah, I know
But
for me, side pressure, as soon as, like you said, as soon as you stop feeling like that pain or feeling like this is too much for my arm to handle, as soon as I get past that point, that's when I get all my confidence. It's
Well,
getting
yeah,
past that
I
point though.
feel it really depends as well if you're engaging more side pressure versus inward rotation, because inward rotation is just strictly this inward rotating motion versus with side pressure, you're essentially stacking with your pec and your shoulder. So you could have a combination of both, especially as you start to fall, you're going to engage a little bit of inward rotation. And initially from the beginning, you're really going to be relying on that side pressure to contain center of the table.
and now that I just heard you say that, this is all side pressure, all side pressure, because the inward rotation, it doesn't even change anything. It's almost like I could move this thing down to pin it. It wouldn't even change anything. There's just that much
Which
slack in here like that, but there is nothing this
this
way.
way, yeah.
That's, yeah. So this is all side pressure. But you know, it's a funny thing about side pressure because you also learn that side pressure with an inverted hand is makes it more capable of heavier weight. So then I start thinking about, man, when I'm pushing hard on someone and they're pushing on me, I don't even want a wrist curl. I want to invert my hand, push as hard as I can, and then have the ref come in and tap, tap, tap on his wrist until he straightens my hand up because I can do more from this palm like this than I can with a curled, you know, trying to go sideways. So
Well,
Right.
I
um
That's
was
Todd Hutchings, right? That's kind of exactly what Todd does is through his palm is all his side pressure. Like I can come across the table to your side of the table and still give that side pressure, and it's pretty effective. Especially when you jam somebody up and push into their side and still can push them sideways, get them past their shoulder. That moves works really well.
now here's
well, and here's the deal too, like you push, you feel like you're in the game, and now it's great because they think you're in the game. So what I really want is I want to feel them pushing on me. And then I want them to push me to their pin pad. And then right at that last little bit where if they push anymore, they would have to reposition their shoulders to really have it. It almost gets too far. Well,
Right.
that's that perfect spot where then that's where I want to hit from. I want to hit from this. I don't want to be in the center of the table. I want to be on my pin pad so that this guy here is almost like that
Right.
rather than because man, listen, for me, as soon as I am trying to get on their side, that's where they resist so hard. But I find that where they're not that resistant is right before they take position on their side. And that's where you have the ability to lead them into there and then really pop that fucking hand and have a long wrist curl and a long way to go from the top of the right hand corner all the way to the bottom of the left hand corner if we're pulling right handed. But oftentimes if I take too much of the middle and to the side, well, now there's not enough room for me to do my big sweeping move to the outside. Um, and I know when I'm telling you guys this that you realize how smart I am. So I do appreciate both of you guys the way you're looking at me right
Right.
Well, I'm kind of looking at you with the sense that essentially you're stacking, you're creating that resistance. You want your opponent to create a counter resistance, and then you utilize that to release the pressure at some point
now. Oh
and
my goodness,
essentially pop out.
Reza, how dare you break this fucking thing down in simply terms where people could understand it? You son of a bitch. That's exactly what we're doing, right? You have to recognize that they're not going to fight. They're not going to give me that side pressure if I don't present it. Because honestly, the best thing they could do is a Kevin Bongard,
Dead wrist.
Said Uzmanov, right?
Yeah.
Like the guys who lean over on your side of the table
Hell
and they
yeah.
will fall into you winning to 10 o'clock before all of a sudden you're in their hook, because they are long enough to just keep reaching for you, and
And
then
absorb your move.
your
Maxed
aggressive
out.
nature sucks you right in. So
Can you
there's a lot of strategy up there. It's crazy. And here's the deal too: none of it even matters that much except for your personal brain, who is accomplishing things by thinking that you are setting up the wall, creating resistance, using that resistance to set up a counter. All of that, whether it's happening or not, the fact that you feel that you are leading them into that is in itself a confidence
Strategy.
boost.
Yeah, that's your strategy right there.
similar to Mike Ciliaris, where the mind state is so much of a match, essentially just
Yeah, seeing it before.
making your mind work for you, having that positive reinforcement mentally and structuring the mind in a way
Yeah,
where
imagine
you're
Mike
unbeatable.
Solaris on. Imagine Mike Solaris on them pancakes. Different cat. Different cat.
Can you see this footage right? Can you see the video that I got pulled up right now?
I can see. I mean, yeah, it's not playing, but I
No,
can
I'm gonna
see
play it
the
right
still.
now.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
just
He's
wanted to review this little slower, and we're gonna look at this hit. He seems quick, so you're definitely gonna have to be super explosive with him. And it almost, seems like he is giving a little bit off of the start to the Gregori. You look
Yeah,
right.
and you know which match this was, what the score was, any of these indications, because it's amazing that that guy would be holding on. It must be
Yeah,
early, or it's
he's
This
really
first
not
match,
close.
first match, first match,
he's
first
yeah,
match.
he's
Yeah.
using those lower fingers, Travis, though. It ain't gonna be so easy to slip out.
Well, yeah, but let's be completely honest. He just allowed him to get the grip. Like this
Yeah,
guy's not getting his own grip on me. He's getting the grip
right,
that the referees give him in that set grip.
right.
So, and it may be, listen, there's no doubt. There's some, look at here. Ooh,
He's fucking
see, this right here is
way.
interesting because I can't beat this guy either in a hook. Can't beat either one of these guys. But this is good though. This just shows
he
that he definitely
he can go deep inside.
well, it ain't that he can go deep inside. It also shows that um he will, he'll let you pull the match you want to pull. Because this the truth is that if he was super confident after that earlier match. Like he is strong, but I don't know. It's gonna be hard for him to win this match. This guy's in there now, man.
That's a good hook match right there.
Yeah, if that guy could just raise his wrist up a little bit, just jams forward and get higher, this thing
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
I can't imagine Sergey can win this match right now. And if he can, that just shows he's got a little of that Ron Bath heart in him. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, he took an L on
Now
that.
this will be interesting right here. What's the next match look like? Because this thing's got to probably go in the hook from here on out.
Maybe not. Maybe might go to straight.
Rarely can you hook after that. Yeah.
Well, after that, he was committed to a top roll. There's no way
Yeah,
he's
well,
coming
they
back
both
inside
were,
after
but
that
right
war.
now this thing's going in a hook. If this thing does not go in a hook, I will be very surprised. It's got to go in a hook. Yeah, it's going in a hook from here on over. Sergey's not winning this thing, man. This guy here is a beast, man.
Good, good.
Which guy is Travis going against? The
He's
guy.
going against
I'm going
Sergey, the guy
against
that's bald.
the bald-headed guy.
Okay.
Thank God I can't beat this other guy.
Holy shit, man.
But it's good to see a loss, so that way you get an idea that he did lose in the top
Now,
roll
I'm going to
battle.
tell you
So
something too right now. Did he learn his lesson? Because this is a problem with that super match arm wrestling shit, man. Is you absolutely create a positive connection. You manipulate the start. You get the jump. You top roll the shit out of the dude. You're not even in a set grip or in the straps. And then for some reason, subconsciously, you think it's just going to happen again without you having to go even harder and being even more scared the next time. Because guys that can take people's hands, they have to be careful in the second, third round for that thing to turn inside. Because if it does turn inside, it usually turns inside for the next 72 hours.
now here's Chance Shaw.
Yeah, I watched this a few times, man. Chance is another one, man, that would allow a grip.
Dude, he was like, he was extended out even on that setup. It was weird.
Chance is the nicest guy in the world, and I've seen him more than once be in a real severe leverage disadvantage. And you can see it there. Like his hand is 18 inches away from his chin.
Yeah, he thinks he's going to come out the back door. That's why he's
no doubt. Yeah.
But there's no
and
stack
the thing
there.
is,
There's no stack there. He's relying completely on a post, and literally Sergey's already taking control with wrist rotation. Yeah,
cocked down too. Chance is cocking his wrist down.
And listen, man, this is when you have a really good outside move, it's very easy to get complacent and think that you can start it from the nice, cool place you start at practice.
Yeah,
but the truth is you have to exaggerate everything.
Hopefully, Derek
everything.
listening to this. Hey, can we get Derek on here, Reza? Can you send him an invite?
Yeah, I can shoot him an invite real quick.
Yeah, because I don't think Mask is going to make it tonight. Yeah, Chance gives up way too much, man. I don't know why he sets up like that. Kind of odd.
Yeah, he also Chance said he took this match in like 2 weeks' notice. He wasn't supposed to pull him or something, but not that that matters. But here's the deal.
Stops him here. He stops him here. This is good. He actually has a match here now.
Oh yeah, he's got him right here. Look.
Well, this is another case though, right? Like how do you keep manipulating and taking when you're up 2 and 3 to nothing? Right. That's the trap, the super match trap. That's what it is.
Nice. That's great right there. That's good pulling. He's just full side pressure like we're talking about. He lifted his elbow up on purpose, but that's in the rules.
Awesome, a commercial.
Yeah, I know. That's sad these days. That's sad these days. You could get a restart with that.
Yeah, I know. I don't like that, dude. Like, that's why I really like the running foul.
And the one thing, Ryan Bowen, that stuck with me is that professional foul. And it really is a great way to be like, come on, motherfucker, you know what you did. Shut up. You want us to replay it? We know you know what you did.
You know, he can flop, he can hook, he can go inside pretty well. He has a good top roll. I definitely think your top roll is definitely superior to his, and that's going to be your bread and money. And even if you use your press, if you get your shoulder right behind your hand on the start, stack with the shoulder, you have options as well. You definitely don't want to be in the hook with him, though. That's just my...
Yeah, it needs to be, I need to get up early and be overwhelming early, and then I just need to not run out of gas. But there's, getting that third win, it may be very hard for me to do that against freaking Scott Wynn right now. But I hope that when because I feel like we all know as soon as you grab a hold of the guy, as soon as you grab a hold of them and you look down and you have fixed the fact that they're off of your thumb and you're off of theirs, right then and there, oh man, this is going to be a tough one. Now, I would love to be able to get up and match him for a second and play around and, but I may get away from that right away because if I feel something I don't like, I'm not going to feel it anymore. I am going to make sure that I put him in a set grip.
Yeah, he just showed you don't have a whole lot of endurance either. So if you can,
Well, that is something that he said, but the problem is, I mean, come on. The
Also,
the last game plan for me is outlast somebody. Even if
also-
it works,
you also
I
have
don't
to
like it.
you also have to take into play that he could be playing with technique to see how he pulls in different areas because he already
Why
has
wouldn't
four
he?
matches. He
Why
already has
wouldn't
four
he do
matches,
that?
so he's already in
Yeah.
an advantage. He's already won the match.
he did.
He's in a yeah, he had four matches at that point on that final match, and Chance had one. So
Right.
again, he could be playing with a different technique, trying to see how he can work in the strap a little differently,
Yeah.
and then Chance is able to take control. So
And in my opinion, he definitely, I wouldn't say let Chance in there, but got in a position where he even pressed down with his wrist leaving. So listen, once you do that one time, there ain't no more. There's no more integrity
once the rest goes
with the
back,
hands
it's
and wrists. I mean, come on. And listen, that just is a an interesting situation. Like, I understand all of those things that happen, right? The guy's way better than Chance at that moment, match 2 and 3. Match 4, he doesn't care as much, and subconsciously you let him get just involved a little bit more, right? And then by the match 5 and 6, you could care less. But you have to get that 4th match in the king of the table, and that ended with him pressing in there. So to me, he wasn't. You can only beat the guy you press with a top roll if you press. You can't beat a guy with a press and then pull a fresh guy in a tournament and think that you are then going to top roll him. You are pressing from then on, right? For the most part.
hey, that happened to me in Slody where I went into a flop wrist, and from there on, my wrist was useless.
Yeah. I need also, too, I need the connection that he gets with my 5th to be uncomfortable to him. It doesn't have to be. I need it to be, though, because usually it kind of shuts down all that aggressiveness when it comes to the hitting and, how explosive they are. Once they're like, whoa, this feels different. Why is he not trying to get on the back of my hand like every other arm wrestler?
Now, it would have been interesting to see because he does pull Chafee left-handed.
Yeah, I watched that too, but man,
Yeah.
I felt like Dave so uncoordinated left-handed. It's amazing.
This is true. His right is his bread maker.
And you can just say, watch Dave come to press and just tell me that he's not picking just the wrong times to do it. And it's like, it almost looks to me a couple times that Dave's going to hurt his damn arm.
It does look like he's in a bad positions.
Yeah, watch how he does it. Watch how he kind of transitions. It's really awkward. Here he comes, broke, getting ready to break his damn arm. That was pretty awesome. That was the smoothest he did it. And then it just got worse and worse.
Yeah, but he was severely separated when making that adjustment. I mean,
yeah, and even that was the best one. And that one was the first one where I was like, oh, it's a little weird. And then I see him attempting to do it later on in the match. I'm like, Dave, stop. Like, stop, dude. You are just uncoordinated as fuck doing that. Which, watching this makes me think that I would kill both of these guys left-handed. At that point right there.
I have confidence that once you get it
Yeah,
back
that
in the
would be a
game
tough
left,
gig right there. You can't really get that. You can't.
there he is.
Dave.
He's in it.
Ooh, Dave. Ooh, Dave.
I mean,
Ooh, Dave. Ew.
Hey, speaking of which, did you see Michael Todd earlier? He just posted a video. You probably don't watch his videos, huh?
Oh, under no circumstance.
I just
if
so
Michael Todd was like Mr. Beast and gave me $10,000 to watch his video, no, I'm out.
Dude, he was fucking getting all weird, man. Like, I thought his left arm was gonna break. Rebecca's sitting there going, Michael. He's all, I'm okay, babe. I'm okay. I was like, no, but then he was against Corey West, dude.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
He ended up coming. He came in and pressed him and beat him. It was, I mean, the press was nice, but getting there was ugly. Yeah.
Yeah. Mike is pulling with heart. He's on a mission. Didn't you hear his interview? He gets all quiet. He's like, 2024, I'm on a mission.
Do you see
It's
that
a
little,
record. It's a reckoning. I'm like, all right, motherfucker. All right.
do you see the little car he got?
No.
He got one of those little fucking smart cars and put his logo all over it. Like, dude, are you serious? Like, how narcissistic are you? I mean,
Cost of gas. Cost of gas. Motherfucker, he got rid of them trucks and RVs.
right?
Done
You
with
can
that
show
shit.
that behind the RV, I suppose. That's probably that's the reasoning. Better throw it on top.
Hey man, Mike's the beast though. I heard his gym is amazing.
Oh, I'm sure. It looks, I mean, that whole monster, what is it, Monster Factory? I mean, the whole concept's kind of cool.
Yeah, he's got to stop hitting my sponsors up though, asking for money.
Yeah. Yeah.
These guys only have enough money for me. They don't have enough money to head everybody, take care of everybody.
Well, he hates my guts, so I don't think I'll ever referee any of his.
Yeah, you have that problem though with some of the
You know, what is
some of
that?
the community. I mean, everyone loves me.
What are you telling them? That's what I want to know.
I tell them that you kicked me out of your house at 11 o'clock at night one night, and I almost whipped your ass. And,
All you said was, "Hey,
hey, matter of fact,
I'm taking this with me."
I changed my mind. That's the only reason you didn't get your ass.
So how about
Oh,
Matt masking him now?
but this was before Matt got stem celled up and healed up.
Before?
Yeah, so Matt was on his losing streak right here.
It looks big there.
He's definitely trying
Yeah,
to
he
engage
does.
that back pressure.
Yeah, but you can see it right there. Did you see him just fall back because he didn't feel comfortable staying up there? And it's the once you know you can't do it, you started giving too much.
He's Ukrainian?
Yeah. Hey, and listen, man, this guy might be way better than he was when he pulls me.
Of course, he's got to be better, right?
No problem.
Well,
Working
you would hope
hard.
he is. You would hope he is. I mean, shit, should be
Yeah.
training. I mean,
Derek Smith should be a lot better too. So, I mean, he might be taking you down left-handed. Don't be surprised.
It will be a surprise. I am not joking. If I lose left-handed anytime soon to anybody in the United States, that's going to be very surprising.
Yeah.
But that doesn't matter because it will happen eventually. I mean, I'm 47 years old, right? So by the time I'm 67, 77, I'm going to take an ass whooping. I know it.
Yeah, I thought you were 53 this whole time. God damn, boy.
Yeah, I'm young. I'm young. Yeah, even that right there, right? Like, listen, I always have just went to the grave thinking I will just kill Matt Mask because of our style.
yeah, but again, Matt's starting inside with him. You want to start.
Yeah, you can see he's giving in.
You want to either start here to block this or start pushing, not start inside with him where you're giving the European puller what they want, in my opinion.
Yeah, he's
Which
way
is
too
a lot harder to do, obviously. It's not easy to do that, and he is
He's
going
close,
straight
though.
sideways.
He's close right there. He's kind of
Yeah.
close right there.
Started cracking
I
the
mean,
wrist
had
back
he
a little
set
bit.
up a little taller instead of leaning in, he may have got.
And that's another thing too. Like, I mean, if you're close and you allow the person to get their own grip, it just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I understand why the winner is cool with it, but why would the loser ever let the winner get his own grip?
Right.
Every single time that you have let the guy get his own grip and he beat your ass, you fucked up. You should have went to the second grip at least. And then if it didn't happen, it didn't happen. But there's no reason that you should know in your brain that if this guy closes his hand, looks at everybody and shakes his head yes, like the rodeo guy does on the bull, he's got a good grip. Like, get out of there.
Shit's gonna go wrong.
Well, at least you have to know that you have a better shot of making sure that he gets his grip with a straight wrist, because no one gets their grip with a straight wrist, right? When they're getting their own grip, you turn in, get the grip, and straighten your own wrist. So it's just, to me, it's just, you know, I don't understand it, but it also makes sense as to why I can be successful if I am in the arena with the type of people that are not thinking about this.
Right. So I'm just the opposite. I'm coming up there. I'm setting up straight, and I'm confident about it. So I'm always confident when I'm gripping up. So I'm not trying to take, I don't take this because then the ref is telling me wrist. And anytime I gotta back my wrist up, I feel compromised. Like all of a sudden I've lost my resistance.
I personally feel that any
And
wrist
you know,
flexion against a hooker,
and you
even
think
in
about
motion,
that,
is not good.
and you think about what you're saying, right? So if I was you, Scott, I mean, this is from like a father figure talking to his son. If my son told me that he was uncomfortable every time his wrist got compromised and that for some reason the ref would keep on tapping on it, I would have him train with his wrist back.
Compromised. Yep.
That way, like, and that's exactly what I do. Like, if you ever get me straight, the other person's in bad trouble because I have got a grip, an inverted grip.
So
That
are
if they
you
straight,
saying to let the ref set up like
I'm
that?
just saying, no, all I'm
1
saying
minute,
is
guys.
that
We got 1 minute.
Oh shit.
all I'm saying is that if you invert your hand, it is so much easier to make a fifth without having all that his flesh involved in the making of a fifth. So I think that once you can get sold into the making a fifth, you're going to find that an inverted hand is the best way to do it. And then you're going to find that an inverted grip that the referee helps you get straight is really a disadvantage for your opponent. And once again, I'm not sure that you guys understand what the fuck I'm talking about. That's how sharp I am.